Welcome back to Biomes. This time we are talking about the island of Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is this island up in the Caribbean, and it is technically a part of the United States of America. And contrary to the remarks made by convicted felon Donald Trump, it is not a floating pile of trash. It is an incredibly gorgeous and biodiverse island that is known for many beaches and a staggering number of endemic and endangered animals and plants. Now, the island itself has multiple different biomes all contained within it, including things like this mangrove forest, and it is impossible for me to cover all of it in a somewhat reasonable amount of time, so this will be a very, very brief overview. As I stated before, there's many gorgeous beaches, some of which are even bioluminescent certain parts of the year, due to the phosphorescent bacteria and algae and all of that. The island is very well known for its many gorgeous plants, including the hibiscus, specifically the national flower of Puerto Rico, Flor de Maga. I think I said that right. Also, if I'm saying anything wrong, I did look up pronunciations, I just don't speak Spanish very well at all. Just putting that out there. A large proportion of the plants found on the island are endemic, including 2 endemic species of holly, one of which is this one, the Cook's holly, as well as multiple endemic species of borage and other herbs, species of endemic begonias, such as this one, the Puerto Rican apple cactus, a species of endemic apple cactus, and there are multiple other cactus species, none of which are endemic though. This is, I'm pretty sure, the only endemic one that's not found anywhere else. There's also the touch-me-not plant, also known as the sensitive plant, which has gained popularity as a houseplant due to the plant's leaves closing up when physically touched by something due to mechanical triggers. And there's also the incredibly rare endemic chupacayos tree. I think that's how you pronounce it. I couldn't actually find a pronunciation guide online. But there's only 3 remaining populations of these trees anywhere in the world, and they are incredibly endangered. Like many small isolated islands, there are very few endemic and native mammals to the island of Puerto Rico, most of which are bats, like this one, the Mexican free-tailed bat, and this guy, the Antillean ghost-faced bats, and there are multiple other bat species as well, including the bulldog bat, the Jamaican fruit bat, and the sooty-mustached bat, along with multiple others. Now, there are other mammals, including humans, found on Puerto Rico, but most of them have been introduced, such as multiple species of rat, as well as the Indian mongoose, which was introduced as a form of biological pest control, which backfired dramatically, resulting in the decline of many endemic species of bird on the island, including the yellow-winged blackbird, very accurately named, as well as this cute little guy, the elfin wood warbler. Now, both of these birds were put under population pressure by the mongoose introduction and are now on the endangered species list. Other endemic and critically endangered birds include things like the Puerto Rican Amazon, which was very nearly extinct before conservation efforts have boosted the population, but is still very rare and very endangered. However, not all birds on Puerto Rico are endangered. There's some that are doing quite well, including the adorable little Puerto Rican toady, the bananaquit, which is the most abundant bird on the whole island. They're doing quite well. The Puerto Rican owl. Now, there are other species of owl that have occurred on the island but have since gone extinct, such as the Puerto Rican barn owl, but this guy reportedly is doing pretty well. There's other birds such as the Puerto Rican lizard cuckoo, which I just think is a cool little guy, and this gorgeous and very brightly colored Puerto Rican emerald hummingbird. There's also a wide variety of endemic invertebrates, such as the national butterfly of Puerto Rico, the Puerto Rican harlequin butterfly, which is endangered, but there are conservation efforts going on, so hopefully they'll be doing fine in the future. A very, very wide variety of endemic reptiles and amphibians are also found on the island, including the common coqui, which is a type of frog named for the sound that the male makes in mating season. There are multiple species of coqui, but the common coqui is the most well-known one. There's also a couple different toad species, including the Puerto Rico crested toad and the invasive cane toad, which, as we know, causes problems everywhere that's not in its native region. And there's the largest snake on the island, the Puerto Rican boa, a very large species of boa constrictor. A couple species of lizards, including the Puerto Rican anole, which is very common to see, also really cute. I love these guys. And the much larger Mona iguana. And on land is not the only place where Puerto Rico has a stunning amount of biodiversity. It's also very busy in the waters, including multiple sea turtle species such as the hawksbill sea turtle. And it's also a pretty common place to see the Antillean manatee. Now, there are hundreds of endemic and native species that I do not have time to go over because there's just so many, but Puerto Rico is an amazingly biodiverse place and should be under more protection so all of these species can stick around for the years to come.